Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rogues Passage podcast. Today we're here. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. We're going to do a live brew. It's something that some friends of ours do on Into the 99 a lot, and I wanted to try it out because I've been stockpiling decks that I want to build. But today I have enlisted the help of Oz and Brando, resident Simic fat boys, to help me build this deck.
Are you calling me fat?
No,
I mean, I know
Simic
you're not calling me fat. That's like
Tanner. It's so rude.
It's funny. You guys could probably watch my chair sink as we do this stream. It's hilarious. This thing is on its way out. I need to fix it. Anyway, today I want to build Gale, Waterdeep Prodigy, and partnered with him is Raised by Giants. Gale, I mean, my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough right now, I have been so in love with this character. I mean, I guess literally, I'm not building this deck because I banged him. I'm building this deck because, he's just...
Yeah, you should be telling yourself that. That's
deep and inquisitive and a total badass.
He's deep, all right.
So I wanted to build Gale, and I looked into the potential combinations for this and stuff, and I wanted Simic because I guess I'm inspired by, Brando's always toting that he's the legend of Simic or whatever, and Oz wants to dispute
baby.
that.
no, I'll fight you on that one.
How many Simic decks / I'm going to include Tamir in that because I have too many and they're mostly Simic based. How many Oz?
Only 2 currently, but I don't have as many decks as you as well.
That's some rookie numbers.
How many you got, Brandon?
I have 4 dedicated Simic decks. I have now 7 different Tamir decks. And out of every single deck that I build, almost every single one of them has green and or blue or both in them.
Fair enough. I'd probably go more Sultai.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Simic is my jam.
I realized in looking at like potential cards to go into this list and looking at Reddit or whatever to see other people's builds, I just have never really... I have a really sick Alt Art Lotus Cobra foil that I bought in like Victoria a long time ago. And it's in a binder or whatever, and I just haven't used it. And I realized it's because I don't really build decks like this. So as like Brandon, you challenged me to build, I guess, a little out of my color pie, and Simic is something I haven't really touched, like landfall triggers and big Simic fatties. So I'm really excited to build this, and I have a bit of an idea. I guess I'll do a brief synopsis here of what I want to do. Gale, Waterdeep Prodigy, is a 2 and a blue legendary creature human wizard. And he's a 1/3. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, you basically get to cast one of the other type from your graveyard and then exile it. So the first thought is like, man, stuff like Rampant Growth, Kodama's Reach, just you get to double trigger all of them with stuff like Opt and Consider, like Spellslinger, but being able to rebuy all your spells from the graveyard. So ramping hard seems easy because if you can like double Farseek in a turn or something, that seems sweet. And then of course, because I want to be essentially tutoring and ramping a lot of lands, I feel like landfall has to be part of the package, and I want to do it because I don't build it a lot. I just don't know a lot of the cool Simic cards. I know I've played against them a lot, but it's not usually like a brain space that I put myself in a lot. So to enable green in the command zone, I think there was 4 or 5 options we looked at. There's a few of them that are completely irrelevant. I think one of them like created squirrel tokens. Basically, because I'm building this as a big mana deck, I wanted to go with the 5 and a green Raised by Giants. And it essentially says commander creatures you own have base power and toughness 10/10 and are giants in addition to their other types. So if I need to make Gale thick, then I can make Gale thick. And it's not really there as like a pivot point of like I might never cast it. If there's a turn where it's like, man, if I have a 10/10, this might be good. And also, I don't know how much we want to lean into having that card onto the battlefield. Like we were talking before we started the stream here. What is it? Garrick's Uprising, stuff like that. Sacrifice a creature and draw cards equal to their power.
No, there's a few different cards that wouldn't. Garrick's Uprising is a 3-cost, 1 green, 2 generic.
Enchantment.
Creatures you control have trample. If you have something power 4 or greater when it enters, you draw a card, and whenever something power 4 or greater enters, you draw a card.
See, this is why I got you
there
guys
are-
here. I don't know the Simic cards very well.
You're thinking there's a Garuk sorcery for 5 mana that when you cast it, it either gives all creatures +3/+3, all non-human creatures, or you draw cards equal to creature's power. Greatest.
Yeah.
And same with Rikshar's expertise, which is. I
and then
I
there's
love the first draw.
And then there's creatures like Disciple of Freyalise, which could be good for this deck, but it wouldn't be like an auto include for me. It's 3 green, 3 generic. It's also like a modal card. It's a land on one side, creature on the other.
Okay.
When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice a creature. You draw cards equal to that creature's power.
There's an instant that actually does it as well for 4 mana. That you'll draw cards equal to that creature's power, and also gain life equal to its toughness.
Nice.
And so, I mean, in a pinch, it definitely it always comes out. Heroic or Momentous Fall.
Okay.
Is the card.
Here, let me just grab that Momentous Fall. We're gonna see. Oh, it's OUS. Momentussy.
However, an auto that I definitely would put in here just because it synergizes so well, and it basically is a redundancy for Gale is Leer.
Yeah, that would be
Leer is the spells can't be countered.
Spells can't be countered, and all your spells in graveyard have flashback.
Yeah.
Oh, instant and sorcery card. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So we bring this in to auto. Recursion.
Good.
Momentous Fall, auto. Let's just shout out Architect. I love this platform so much.
Oh so good.
Okay, my specific question that I have for you before we really get into this.
Fair.
Yep.
I have a couple, but like the most important one is, what is the game plan? How are you trying to win?
So the game plan is that a very, very significant portion of this deck is going to be instants and sorceries, so that I can trigger each.
Yeah.
I believe that. Hey, what's up, Planeswalker? Nice to see you here.
Hello.
I do want to do like a bunch of instants and sorceries, and I think for the most part I want to have really cheap sorceries, like 1 or 2 mana sorcery, instants, and then big sorceries, or landfall sorceries, land ramp sorceries, and like because it's going to enable me to double cast per turn. I know that at a certain point I'm going to have an excess of mana, but I do want to set myself up to be able to trigger his ability to rebuy the sorceries or the impactful cards. Like we're talking like, should I be putting Expropriate in here?
Well, and that's what I'm asking, because like I get maybe game plan wasn't the right thing, because obviously like off of what Gale does is you're looking for those instants and sorceries. You want to be able to chain things. Specifically, I mean, like what is the like? How are you trying to win? Are you focused around doing commander damage? Are you trying to draw yourself out and either do like a lab man or a Thassa's Oracle?
No, I don't think I want to draw myself out.
Are you trying to go big with creatures?
I want to hit fatty. That's why the first card I put in here was AC Tyrant of Gyre Strait. It's a 6 mana 5/5. You can play double lands on your turn and landfall, draw a card. So this is what I want help with: is what are the big payoffs in Simic that like I don't mind if they're creatures. Like getting the land ramp is going to be part of the foundational package, but then I want game ending large mana cards. I don't know if they're Hydroid Krasis seems like it might be good in this. We'll put that in the maybe board.
Potentially, yeah. So I guess let's start with the ramp then. Realistically, I'd say the first card that is like a just set auto include is 3 visits.
Yes. So that's where I wanted to start, was to fill out like first of all. I want to put the lands in that I need, which is going to be a lot of basics because I'm going to be searching a lot of basics. Let's put 3 visits that'll start the category. Ooh, get out of here. That'll start the auto category of ramp. Lotus Cobra's already in there. 3 visits is 2 mana, search your library for a forest card, put onto the battlefield. Every card in Simic like this, that's an instant or sorcery, I'd like to start with that. So
Nature's Lore is the follow-up.
Nature's Lore for sure. Rampant Growth.
Yeah, Nature's Lore. We're going to put that in ramp.
It's not as good in this deck, but it can still be useful. Would be Farseek.
Yep, Farseek. Search for an island, basically.
Yeah, it'll get you an island.
And is that to battlefield? Put in the battlefield tapped. Yep. What are the?
And then you got Kodama's Reach,
Yeah.
Cultivate. And then you've got the 4 mana ones if you want to be going hard into the ramp there.
Cultivate. 4 mana ones, like there's a lot of them that hit two lands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
there's
you're
also
going for
Tempt with Discovery. I know I want to put that
I
one
was
in here.
just about to say Tempt with Discovery.
Yeah, Tempt with Discovery is, let's read this because I guess this is also going up on the audio feed. And also, yeah, Planeswalker said that the new Harmonized cards might be good to look at. I'm not familiar with a lot of those right now, so if you could actually like suggest, I'm looking for chat suggestions and homie suggestions. Tempt with Discovery is 4 mana.
Also, shout out the true Shrentech in our YouTube chat there.
Oh yeah, that guy's Simic fat as well.
Yeah, I've heard he tends to be.
Tempt with Discovery, search your library for a land card and put it on the battlefield. Each opponent may search their library for a land card and do the same. For each opponent who did, I do it as well again. So that's how many? I guess we'll get to the point where how many cards do I want in my ramp category? Is it like 15?
Because you're going so hard into ramp, you probably want to have a little bit more. I would say 13 is good.
I would stop here purely on the basis of trying to ask yourself the question. Like you said, you kind of wanted to go landfall, but are you steering into specifically landfall?
No, I think it's just going to be a great payoff. Like, Lotus Cobra is crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you want to steer into completely, though? Because, I mean, my favorite thing to do in blue is steal things.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, I love playing a show and tell so that everybody can play their big fatties and then going and taking their big fatties with other spells or a bribery to go through their deck and go and get it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a great sorcery for you.
Bribery is only 5 or something, right? 3 blue?
Yeah.
So Sean said in chat here, we got Sylvan Scrying as well. Search your land card, put in your hand. So if I do end up with any utility lands, like I don't know if Gaia's Cradle is going to be in here because I don't think it's going to be a like
super
token wide board. But Gaia's Cradle will usually tap for 2, right?
Yeah.
So
another card, a card that is put in the maybe board would be Arithmeses.
Arithmetic.
I'll try and find the actual.
The Arithmetic Necessities.
Yeah, because it enters as a land.
Yeah, the double Simic land.
Yeah.
What is that thing called? The Slumbering Isle.
Yeah, Slumbering Isle.
It is Arithmetes.
Arithmetes.
For sure, this is going in, and this would be ramp.
It's one of those things where it's like it's a little bit of a slow play, but it counts as ramp and a creature. Taps for the 2, and like very specifically, it's is a 12, just a nice juicy 12/12.
Yeah,
and if you're doing a bunch of chaining, whenever you're doing chaining with Gale, it's going to come
fast.
Yeah. So actually, we'll stop here for a second. I would like to add, consider. That's a 1 mana. We'll go auto category. This is going to be in draw. Yeah. Considers surveil 1 draw card for 1 blue. We want opt. We want all these nice, cheap
brainstorm.
1 mana triggers. Yeah. Brainstorm.
Do you want the sorcery versions of those as well, or you're thinking just the
actually
instance?
Yeah, sorcery would be fine because there is some of these like is Farsi. No, are any of these ramp cards instant?
Not usually.
Not usually. I think there might be a couple instant versions out there, but the majority of them are not.
There's there's a growth spiral.
Growth spiral, that's a good one. That's instant.
It's an instant, and there's another one in Dragons of Tarkir, Tarkir Dragonstorm, that is an instant as well. If somebody could find what that one is, it's the growth spiral, basically a little better or something.
Oh, we'll see if I can find.
But yeah, we want stuff like Ponder. Or do we... I mean, Ponder is a sorcery, correct? Yeah. So...
so more like...
Maybe...
Ponder would let me recast Op and Brainstorm and Consider, though, right? Like, then I can kind of chain back and forth that.
So you can do 2... I want you to make 2 more categories. I want you to make the draw and ramp but instant and sorcery. Because let's try and keep the count of instants and sorceries relatively even.
Edit category. Ramp sorcery. And how do I just add a new category?
New file.
Oh, you know what? We can... The instant speed one was growth spiral. I think we can go like this and add a new category. Add category. Ramp instant. Create new category. So that gives me... Where's ramp instant? It didn't move. Oh, ramp instant. There. Did that work? It did. And then we want draw sorcery.
Draw sorcery and draw instant.
Yeah, so let's go add new category, draw sorcery, create new category, put it in draw sorcery. There we go. What's the other? Ponder and preordain.
Yep. Preordain is the other one.
That would be in there.
Vision.
Serum Visions. Bloomvine Regent is a creature that has Adventure Tutor 2 forests. Okay, let me grab that. Bloomvine Regent with Claim Territory. This would be ramp sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards. Put one on the battlefield tapped and the other in your hand. It's also a 4/5 flyer. Whenever this creature or another dragon you control enters, you gain 3 life. Is this... It's probably worth a slot just as the sorcery, right?
Yeah, but you can also still play it as a creature later on. And if that creature dies, you can cast that sorcery from the grave.
Yeah, and the cool... Well, actually, you know what? You know what this might not be good for is that if I cast the sorcery... It doesn't go to my graveyard. It shuffles back in the deck. The omens go back in the deck. Oh, Brandon, are you muted?
Oh, I guess I was. Oopsies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a card that I'd put in the maybe board because it is a good card, but I know we'll find better alternatives to fill the spot. Yeah,
so I'm going to take Bloomvine Regent and put it in the maybe board for now. Because the sorcery shuffles back into the deck, it kind of is a non-bow. Hydroid Krasis is a flying trample big boy and draws tons of cards and gains life. So let's just put that in the big category. It's also I have one, so I can throw it in.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna. Sorry, my brain was going somewhere and I couldn't remember. We have 2 more that could potentially go into sorcery draw. You have Gitaxian Probe.
Gitaxian Probe is a sorcery, or no? It's an instant, right? No, wait.
It's a sorcery. It's a Phyrexian blue. Look at target player's hand, which is good info, and draw a card.
Yep. Okay, that's draw sorcery.
Yeah, and then there's Serum Visions.
Yeah, I've got that in here.
Draw card. Oh, already got it in? Yeah, we already
What's up, Daniel? How's it going? Love the background. Thank you. I'm finally getting around to doing a live deck brew with homies. Thank you for dropping in. You have inspired us to do this, so good to see you here. Just sipping some gin and building a deck.
One more instant, and maybe put it in the maybe board for now, would be Slip Through Space. It is also a sorcery. 1 blue. Target creature can't be blocked this turn, which is if you're going big. If you're going big Timmy creatures, that's great to have.
Oh yeah, I guess if I have a 10/10,
draw a card. Yeah.
So sorcery, 1 mana, draw a card. I love it. So put that in draw sorcery. What can someone find me the backgrounds in the cards? My brain can't even comprehend the scenery background though. It's looking great. I gotta fix. I can't quite. The chat is actually really hard to read on screen. I wonder if I should just deal with that right now. You know what? I'm not going to touch it. It's hopefully somewhat. We'll press on here. Yeah, that other card from Dragon or Tarkir Dragonstorm, the green blue draw a card, put a land on the battlefield.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna search Tarkir New Growth Spiral. What's it called? I'm not seeing it. Bad streamer.
Encroaching Dragonstorm? No.
No, it's green and a blue. It looks good. I'll stop distracting now. Don't worry about it, man. Yeah. So Dan, if you're just coming in, I'm building Gale. I don't know if you've played or built this deck. I know you have 900 decks, so you might have one. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you can cast one of the other type from the graveyard. So I'm trying to finally build like my first Simic big lands deck. And Raised by Giants makes him a 10/10 if I so choose. So we got draw instant. I should rename this category. Edit category. Draw instant. And we got draw sorcery. We got ramp instant, ramp sorcery. And I just want to be able to use all these cheap spells to flood the board and then eventually have smashing big heater spells to play. Like, should I just put expropriate in this list? Is that something that's an auto include?
You could. It is a very powerful card. It is a very good card. I don't know if it's necessarily an auto include.
If that's the direction that you want to go, then we'll tailor it around that, and then that's yeah.
Yeah, because like in my Bruna deck, it's a win con because ideally Bruna is unblockable when she attacks, and then any amount of extra turns is another player killed. Where that might not necessarily be the case in this deck.
Well,
but
I should have
control
big spells,
of something.
Right?
Well, yeah, but exactly, and that's why it's still a good card. Because gaining control of something or taking an extra turn is still very powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm realizing now Tatiova.
Yeah, Tatiova would be good. Also, Archmage Emeritus. Whenever you cast or copy a spell, draw a card.
Okay, Tatiova, landfall, gain a life, draw a card. Archmage Emeritus. There's another Archmage as well, is there not?
There's a couple Archmages, but I don't know.
There's a couple mages that do the when you cast or copy, and that's probably that's a good line that we should be looking at.
In terms of control, do you're in blue? You want some control, like obviously counter spells, but outside of counter spells.
Yeah. I wonder if this is going to be a controlling deck or if it's just going to be a thick deck. I know that like Baral is a card that makes my instants and sorceries cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also wants things to be countered, which might be irrelevant in this. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should have just like a standard like 4-card counter package? Magecraft
you're
is the keyword.
You're playing in blue. You're always going to be adding counter spells. Don't try to not add counter spells. Like Fierce Guardianship is already auto include. It's a free cost, and you get to potentially free cast it twice.
Fierce Guardianship. We're going in the removal category. Oh, we got the first game changer. Frantic Search is a card.
Frantic Search is a good card.
That is a 3-mana instant. Draw 2, discard 2, which is great because I can discard cards that I want to cast, and then untap out to 3 islands.
One thing that I would probably include, a little more spendy, I'd put an Isochron Scepter, though.
Oh, so that I can just always have something underneath it?
You always have some sort of spell that you can cast, and every time that you cast either an instant or sorcery that's under there, then...
Yeah. I mean, let's be real.
Well, it'll be an instant, and so whenever you cast an instant, then you can cast a sorcery.
Instant card with mana value 2 or less. We should have lots of those, but how often am I going to actually have that ready to go? So right now,
maybe board for now.
Yeah, I'll put this in the maybe board. It's great.
It does tend to be more of a combo-oriented card anyways.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's still a good include, because like I said, having a card, any card of one of those, you have a ramp spell under there, cool. Every turn, you pay 2 to ramp again and again and again. It's very powerful.
And then because you're ramping, you get to cast something else because you just have it.
how many of the ramp spells are instant? It is only an instant card with mana value 2 or less.
Oh, it is only instant.
Yeah. So it might be a little narrow.
That's right.
Well, we'll take a look at it by the end of it. I think that you're going to have enough low to the ground mana things to have it be an include. But
I know Dan's going to love this. Is this a Talrand deck? Do you have Kishla Skimmer? What is that? Let's Kishla Skimmer.
Also, Voracious Bibliophile.
Hold on. Kishla Skimmer, 2 mana, 2/2, flying. When a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going in there. Sorry, Voracious what?
Looks like Voracious Bibliophile.
Voracious Bibliophile is a 4 mana, 3/3, flying vigilance. Dragon, when you cast a spell with one or more targets, draw that many cards.
We don't have a lot of targeted things in here.
I don't think I'll be targeting a lot of stuff.
Sorry, something like the Isochron Scepter, but it's a little more expensive. However, you're going to get a payoff on it every time, is Panoptic Mirror.
Panoptic Mirror is...
Panoptic Mirror. So Voracious Bibliophile, I'm going to put over here. If we can prove that that's worth putting in, because it says whenever you cast a spell with, 1 or more targets, consider is not target player draws a card, right? No, these are not... we have a little bit... Yeah. Brainstorm is no, it's just draw 3 cards.
Oh, it is just draw 3 cards. Never mind.
Sorry, what was the last one? Well, I think I might put Talrand in here.
Talrand
right?
would probably be a decent addition.
Talrand, where did it go?
Oh, God Eternal Kinfet.
Kefnet?
Yeah.
God Eternal Kefnet. Oh, yeah, so you look at the top card on your upkeep. You may reveal the first card you drew each turn as you draw it. When you reveal an instant or sorcery this way, copy that card, and you may cast the copy. The spell costs 2 less to cast. When he dies, or just put... Yeah, so he's good. It gives me an extra look.
You're going to get another... It's just another cast on top of your double cast. You're going to get 3 casts if you've got both him and Gale out. It
essentially turns like Cultivate... All of our ramp sorceries into 1 green.
1 mana, yeah.
Cool. Yep. I do like that. What do we got? Docent of Perfection. Panoptic is banned, gents.
Of course. Yeah.
Also, I'd go, Docent of Perfection. Let's see what that is. Docent of Perf, final iteration. A 3 blue 5/4 horror flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a blue human wizard creature token. Then if you control 3 or more wizards, transform into final iteration as a 6/5 flyer. Wizards you control get +2/+1 and have flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create another token. Is that... I mean, I get a... It's just... Then if you control 3 or more wizards. So I only have to get 3... What's up?
So we got an enchantment out of dragons called Glacierwood Siege. It's Simic Pips in 1. As this enchantment enters, choose Tamir or Sultai. If it's specifically Tamir, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 4 cards.
Yeah, so I can mill myself if I like, which would be nice. Or am I milling other people? I don't think I'm milling. I'm not going for mill on the board off of 1 card, right?
No, that's true, but it is still potential value. One thing that I was going to say in terms of a good creature that is still mill but kind of works for you would be Bramble Familiar.
Bramble Familiar.
It's either a mana dork that taps for green, or it's either pay 7 or 8, and it's mill 7 cards, return something back to your hand.
Okay, so it's got a 7 mana sorcery.
Battlefield.
Mill 7, then put a creature, enchantment, or land card from among the milled cards onto the battlefield. But it's also a 2 mana dork. This is wonderful. So that would go into just regular ramp.
Did you guys already put Elite Arcanist in there?
No, let's check it out. Elite Arc. 3 and a blue, 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile an instant card from your hand. X and tap, copy the exiled card. X is the converted mana cost of the card. So it's sort of like an Isochron Scepter.
Sort of like
Is Isochron Scepter better?
Limit.
Is Isochron Scepter better? Oh, I guess you can. Yeah, you don't have a 2 mana limit.
Yeah, you don't have a 2 mana limit on it. So if you wanted to, we need to grab Rickshar's Expertise for sure for your card draw there.
Yeah, I'm going to put the Arcanist over here. So Rishkar's
Expertise. What is the
Expertise? Yeah, this is draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control, which hopefully will be... Gale could be a 10/10. And he's only a 3-drop, so recasting him is pretty easy. You may cast a spell with mana value 5 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be in there. And sorry, that is a draw sorcery. Draw creatures.
Would Up the Beanstalk work in this deck very well?
I think that I'm going to have a lower density of 5 mana plus spells than I am going to have cheaper spells.
Okay, there we are. Soul's Majesty. There's one. Draw cards equal to power of target creature you control.
Okay. Soul's Majesty. 4 and a red. Draw cards equal to the power of target creature you control. Yeah, so this would be draw sorcery. And this would be a wonderful thing to double hit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Cast it once, cast it again the next turn.
Might be a little more spendy just on the mana cost side, but Last March of the Ents.
Ooh, let's check that out. Last March.
Can't be countered too, so that's always nice.
Of the Ents is 8 mana sorcery. Can't be countered. Draw cards equal to the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Then put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Yeah, these are the nice game-ending cards.
Return of the Wild Speaker was the one that we were thinking of.
Yeah, Return of the Wild Speaker.
That's the one, yeah. Return of the Wild Speaker, which is a instant. Non-human creatures get +3/+3. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. Gale's a human.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
But all of your other big Timmy things aren't going to be humans.
Right. So I'm going to put it in the maybe board, and then if we have a critical mass of...
Life's Legacy is another one. You will have to sacrifice Gale in order to get it, but you draw cards equal to the sacrifice creature's power. And it's only
2 mana.
Yeah.
I don't know if, like, it is a good card. I don't know if this is the deck for that.
Yeah, Raised by Giants isn't going to be the guarantee that I'll have it out. So is that too cute? Put it in maybe.
Yeah, put it in the maybe. It just, like, unless you're playing with hefty recursion, it can potentially hurt you.
Yeah.
That being said, in terms of instances for the deck as well, that can kind of help with the game plan. We have Worldly Tutor.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I've heard of that card.
And potentially Mystical Tutor. It's another game changer.
Yep. Worldly Tutor.
But one specifically that I've fallen in love with lately is Noxious Revival.
Oh, yeah. No,
it's an instant. It's Phyrexian green. It's put target card from a graveyard on top of its owner's library.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Which is like if somebody has a graveyard deck and like they've got one of their combo pieces in there and you know that it's like they need it to come back from graveyard or something.
And it's an instant that I can... It's an instant that I can cast. I guess it's not a draw or a ramp, so it's just a... I guess we can put that in recursion, which it is in. Yeah. What do we got? I'd run some blink stuff to defend. Oh man, I can't read that chat worth a damn. Here, I'm gonna try and deal with the chat here for a second. Because if I can't read it, I can't friggin' interact with you guys. Not the browser source. Oh, I guess, yeah, I have to do that in the other program, which... Yeah. One second.
Yeah, Planeswalker, not sure if it's going to be a Seedborn worthy on this one. Seedborn Muse is great, widget. But I don't know if that's...
Yeah, 1 second here. I'm just text style, font size, font weight, text shadow. Just crank that up. Outline size, is that working? Oops.
Ooh, yeah.
You've lost us, that's for sure.
Oh, I know. Yeah, sorry. I put it over in my other monitor thinking it would help, but I guess I could just make the text color some sort of I know this is riveting content. There we go. And minimize that, and then we're back to the solid production. I still can't friggin' read it. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make it, oh, this is funny. I'm gonna make it bigger.
Old man Tanner.
It's terrible.
Let's get you that size 15 font there.
Yeah, you know what I need is I do this, I do that, I grab Caster Labs and put it there, and then go to there. Yeah, there, I got the chat. Right on. I can actually just read the chat. Hey, thanks, Dan. I realize now that I need a fourth monitor for this this setup. I got Meld Studio, Caster Labs for chat. I got my monitor that I'm capturing. I've got EDH Rec and Discord over here, which I haven't been looking through EDH Rec. So can we go back to Glacierwood Siege here and talk about it? Because more monitors, more problems. Is whenever I cast an instant sorcery spell, I would want to be milling myself because I can just always re-access those cards, right?
You might use it to mill yourself at choice times, but realistically, that'd be milling other players. And don't even look at it like you're trying to game plan it as milling out. You can almost guarantee mill out a player if the deck is doing its thing properly. And then that's just one less player where the big Timmy creatures are stomping the other ones.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to mill out every player, right? Because I'm going to be casting.
That's what I'm saying. It's you probably wouldn't be. It's you pick a player, somebody that you have a reasonable understanding isn't playing like Graveyard or Recursion.
I'm going to put it in the maybe board so that we can have it here to discuss.
Yeah,
I'm going to look through this this list here as well because I know I'm missing. We got what's Wizards of Thay? Myriad Wizard. Instant or sorcery spells you cast cost one less to cast. You can cast sorceries as though they had flash. And Myriad's nuts. If I attack with it, I create 3 more of them and my spells would be 4 less.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Thay seems cool.
And it's flavorful because it's
because it's a wizard.
It's Baldur's Gate.
Wizards of the Thay, where did it go? It's in ramp. I'm gonna put it in maybe board. Or is that like just solid enough?
What does it do again?
Wizards of Thay, Myriad, 3/3. Instant and sorcery spells are 1 less, and I may cast sorcery spells as they had flash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'd include that. Sorceries as flash is always a banger.
Yeah.
With that in mind, actually, I'd probably put Gandalf as well.
Oh, the green Gandalf?
The blue Gandalf.
Or which one is the Gandalf that is
Friend of the Shire?
Friend of the Shire. What is this? It's a mono blue flash. You can cast sorcery spells as they had flash, and then when the ring tempts you, if you chose a creature other than him, draw a card.
Yeah, sorceries as flash is it's banger.
Yeah.
Kate. We got Growth Spiral, we got Cultivate, we got Rampant Growth, Kodama's Reach. Do we have Nature's Lore?
So, some of the things that I was like one of your big hits for stuff, like for creatures and whatnot. I think that you want to be casting creatures off of sorceries, like Fungal Sprouting or Miming Slime, stuff like that. That's going to be like you're making a creature off of this sorcery so that you can make more creatures off of double casting it.
Yeah. So sorry, what was that card?
Miming Slime. Create an XX green ooze where X is the greatest power among creatures you control.
Yeah, just create
and
a big
then Fungal
ooze.
Sprouting is put X 1/1s, green sapperlings, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Green likes power of creatures.
Okay, so that incentivizes me to play my Raised by Giants.
Yeah.
Oh, Nature's Rhythm. And also Secrets of the Dead, if it's not on the list, is what Dan's saying?
Yeah.
What is Secrets of the Dead?
Hey, Devin.
Secrets of the Dead, 2 and a blue. Whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, draw a card. Oh, yeah. Boom. Enchantment.
Oh yeah, that's
an enchantment.
Auto include for sure.
I like this. Do we put Explorer in here? 2 mana, draw a card, play an additional land?
I don't think so, because I think we're kind of at a turning point for the deck brew here.
We need beaters, right?
Because very specifically, how many cards are we at total already?
We're at 44. Now, I do need to add... This is a big land deck, so I need to add... Should we just start with 40 lands?
No, start with 33 lands.
33?
I was going to go 35 because you're going to want more.
I'm tutoring them all.
It's still...
Yeah. Okay, when every single turn is ramping ahead of everybody else because you're multi-ramping lands, you do not need that many lands. You're only running 2 colors, so you don't need as many lands because you're not trying to do supreme mana fixing. And so far, the majority of this deck is 1, 2, and 3 drops, which means that on curve.
So 15 and 15, and then we'll add some non-basics.
For starting off, 15, 15, and then do Command Tower, Rogue's Passage.
Oh yeah, Rogue's Passage for sure. Rogue's Passage. Hey. Oh, I gotta put the apostrophe in there? Come on. Rogue's Passage, and do we put Gaia's Cradle in this list? Yeah, we put a card that searches for a specific land, right?
I don't think we do.
Sylvan Scrying.
We have
search for a land. Sylvan Scrying. Putting
Golos
in this
list.
list.
With Discovery, we'll do that.
Let's put a Gaia's Cradle.
Attempt with Discovery is everybody can also go for it. What's the one that people can pay into it?
Oh, Collective Voyage.
Collective Voyage.
That one, I don't know. That one's really good for Timmy decks when you know that you're just drastically going to outpace. So far, I don't know if Collective Voyage would be ideal.
Oh, it just adds a bunch of mana in that turn?
Because it gives everybody the same amount of extra mana.
And each player searches for the lands. Oh, yeah, that could get... I want to be ahead on lands for sure.
Yeah. The way me and you play Oz, that's a card that we would auto-include even for our rudest decks. Tanner's not a friend player. When he's playing these kinds of decks, he's not looking to be like, I think the closest that you're going to get in this list is the Tempt with Discovery, which is you get 1, I get 4. Yeah. And that's,
Yeah. All right, I'm going to put Expropriate in this list because I feel like it was one of the first things that I thought of, and it can come out. What did that go into? It went into Finisher. It's labeled a Finisher. Any instant lets you also cast a sorcery at flash speed. Damn.
Yeah, Gale's ability does.
You cast it alongside the instant, right? So actually my question is, let's say I cast Opt, and then I go and cast the sorcery from my graveyard, I guess it's just hitting the stack on top of the Opt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, we got some stupid chat bot.
Yeah, Gale, one of the big things too when it comes to having that flash, or sorceries have flash, is you really do get that synergized where just all of a sudden, if you do have counter spells in your graveyard, but you don't have an instant in your hand, now you cast Rampant Growth at flash speed, you get to use an instant on the stack to counter something. Oh yeah, to counter somebody's
I'm gonna go ramp and counter your spell.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty gnarly.
That's pretty
gnarly. We are at 78 cards. I need finishers. I need big Simic dumb shit.
So big dumb things?
They can be mono green, they can be mono blue, they can be Simic. I want something that costs me 10 mana. Or is Coma a card?
World Spireworm.
World Spineworm? Is what it's called?
Yeah, World Spineworm. It's a 15/15 for 10, and then when it dies, you create 3 5/5s.
Okay, 15/15 trample. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Craterhoof. Is Craterhoof going to be... it's still, even with 4 creatures. Yeah.
So, and this is where this deck becomes adaptable, because as I see it, you could take this deck as is. World Spineworm still kind of works towards what I'm saying, but as is, the deck could go in one of 3 ways and be very efficient. You could either go into like a draw, like a mill sort of situation, where you're playing things like Memory Erosion and Psychic. The other one, where like every time you draw,
or something like that.
Yeah, where it's like every time you draw, you are milling things, and that would synergize with the other thing whenever you cast whenever you're casting a spell, you're milling. You could just stick to pure big Timmy creatures.
That's kind of where I'm thinking.
Or you can splash Timmy creatures and go wide, because you can do things like Scoot Swarm.
That's a landfall stuff. Yeah, we should Scoot Swarm and Scoot Mob, right?
Scoot Swarm.
No, Scoot Swarm. Scoot Mob is not good for this deck.
Scoot Swarm is landfall, create an insect, and then with 6 or more, you create a copy. Yeah, of course. That's got to be in here.
Yeah.
So
there's Chasm Skulker.
Do more landfall synergies?
Yeah, I mean, at this deck's heart, it's going to be tutoring lands. Chasm Skulker.
Crashing Baloth.
Yeah.
Crashing Baloth? Sorry, where's Chasm Skulker?
No, it might be a different Baloth.
Yeah.
Rampaging Baloth.
Yeah, Rampaging Baloth makes the 4/4 beasts. Chasm Skulker, I had Chasm Skulker in my Locust God deck, I think.
Good old Chaz.
Yeah, so when it dies, it creates a bunch of squid tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it just gets big, though.
Honestly, just having it get big is super awesome. And then when someone's like, we need to deal with this, let's board wipe. You're like, you just board wipe.
That, or somebody sees it as a threat of just like, oh, this thing's a fucking 15/15, and they go to exile it. And that sucks because you don't get your squid tokens. But to have a 15/15 that you put no work into to be the target of somebody's path, that's
if it eats the target, saves Gale or another one of my creatures because it has impending value. So now, is Craterhoof a thing?
Craterhoof, I would add to the list and put it in the maybe board.
Okay.
Because it can potentially be a finisher if we're starting to go a little bit wider.
If we go wider.
Craterhoof we'll put over the maybe board. And what am I thinking of just now? Oh, geez, it just left my mind.
Pathbreaker Ibex?
Oh, Pathbreaker Ibex is actually...
Pathbreaker is actually really juiced for this.
Yeah. Especially just if you happen to have Gale be a 10/10, then all your creatures get +10/+10.
Ooh, yeah. That's good. I want Coma. Coma's landfall, right?
No.
Coma's just upkeep. Everybody's upkeep. That's
even better. That goes in tokens, is that? Yeah, Coma Cosmos Serpent is a 7 mana. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3. Sacrifice another serpent to tap target permanent or gain indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling this deck wants to do. Multani. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Multani Yavimai's Avatar. Multani Yavimai's Avatar has hit landfall. 6 mana, reach trample, gets +1/+1 for each land you control and each land card in your graveyard. Return 2 lands you control to their owner's hand. Return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Reach trample, big guy. Good?
Yeah.
I'm going to be flooding with lands, so that's amazing. Ashaya.
Ashaya for landfall?
Ashaya Soul of the Wild.
I don't know if Ashaya really thrives in this deck.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't turn my lands into creatures.
I don't know if we're moving more towards landfall, then absolutely. But as it sits, I think we're just going big dumb things.
Yeah. We thought of Ashaya. There's got to be
big dumb things in mind. However, aggressive mammoth is a nice thing to. It's a 8/8 for 6, so that's nice. And other creatures you control have trample.
Okay, so, I'm just gonna slip in here and put Rhystic Study in the list. It's gotta be there, you know.
All right.
Sorry. Aggressive mammoth.
Aggressive mammoth.
And I mean the Timmy thing is Galta. Galta is Timmy.
Yeah, Galta should be pretty easy to cast.
Both Galtas, I would say.
Yeah, both Galtas would be very good.
Galta Primal Hunger is the first one. It's a 12 mana, 12/12 trample. For 2 mana with something big out. Yeah, let's do Galta. The other Galta is the Stampede. It puts all the big creatures in from your hand into play.
Yeah.
Is
And
that
if you've done one of your like burst draws from like a Rickshar's expertise or whatever else, then you've got these big things in your hand and you can just drop them.
okay? It's another 12/12. Yeah, this feels like the timmiest of deck I've ever built, but it's also like Spellslinger and Graveyard Recursion. I'm liking it. Where are we at? We're at 88 cards.
I don't know if this is the best edition, but it is a big Timmy card that does still kind of work with us adding more big Timmy creatures. Is Vaultborn Tyrant.
Oh, okay.
It's a 6/6 trample. Whenever another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 3 life and draw a card. And when it dies, you create a token copy of it.
7 mana 6/6 trample. Triggers to gain life and draw a card off other big creatures. And when it dies, if it's not a token, create a token that's a copy of it. That seems pretty sick. Why is it in draw? We're going to put this in finisher? It is technically draw.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that would be a finisher. Yeah,
just kind of, I should put it in my big category, actually Galta, Pathbreaker, Ibex. Yeah, all these should be in the big category.
Did you add Rampaging Baloth?
No. Yeah.
Add, especially for Landfall and Big Timmy, that's like the most auto include for this deck.
Okay.
Whenever land, you create a 4/4 beast, which also triggers with Vaultborn.
Yeah.
Let me get Lotus Cobra over in the Landfall. Yeah, I mean, Erixmathes as well is also a 12/12. Abundance. Abundance could work well, says Planeswalker. Let's not forget Lightning Greaves. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Abundance.
Great.
Abundance goes into draw category. What is it? It is a 4-mana
draw. Yeah, you get to.
Oh, instead I can choose land or non-land. Reveal from the top of my library until you reveal a card of the chosen kind. This card in our most recent gameplay episode slapped the absolute shit out of us, didn't it? Or no? Yeah. Did it? No, I'm thinking something else.
I think one of our recent gameplay episodes did, and it was probably me playing it because I love abusing it. This is in like so many of my green decks.
I have it with Cultivator Colossus. And Cultivator Colossus, if that's where you want to go with it, that's definitely
is Abundance just like it's 4 mana to be able to kind of choose whether I want to draw. I kind of don't want to draw land, so it would just let me skip my land draws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whenever you draw, you're going to be drawing.
So Cultivator Colossus.
Yeah.
It pairs very nicely with Abundance. And in fact, you get to play every single land from your deck onto the battlefield at once.
Is a 7 mana trample. Power and toughness equal to lands. When this creature enters, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card. Wait. You may put a land card from your hand. Oh, yeah, just all the lands in your hand?
Well, no. So you're going to draw a card and then repeat the process. So when you go for Abundance, you're going to say, I'm going to draw a land. And then you're going to draw a land, play that land. Then you're going to go draw a land and play that land.
Well, but are you going to draw land? We're only 33 lands in this deck?
I mean, if you're going to play every land inside your deck at the exact same time, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I guess at the same time, having creatures that are power and toughness equal to my lands that I control, I'm going to... The point is to have more lands than I've ever used to having on the battlefield. Before we go too far, I want to find this other Simic card that does the growth spiral thing.
I've been looking. I cannot find it. I have no idea what that could be. I've been through... every
dumb Timmy card, Apex Devastator, 10/10 with Cascade.
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh yeah, I was thinking Apex. Yeah,
Apex Devastator is in draw. Give me a break. That is going to go in big.
A little bit of protection for you because I think you might need a little bit. Dawnglade Regent. It gives you Monarch and all your permanents. As long as all your permanents have hexproof, as long as you have Monarch.
Better than that.
Maybe board
because the giving you put that in the maybe board for now.
Not Dawnglade. What's the other one?
Ooh, Apex Altasaur.
the archetype of
Archetype of endurance. There you go.
Archetype of endurance, and potentially archetype of the blue one. Gives your things flying, everybody else's loses flying.
Ooh, okay, hold on. Apex Altasaur. 7 green, green.
Sorry.
Oh, hold on, let me just read this. 7 green, green. When it enters, it fights up to one target creature you don't control, and it has Enrage. Fights again. Whenever it's dealt damage, fights again. Yup. Put that in big. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I've got 2 that you probably are going to want to include immediately. One is Tidespout Tyrant. Whenever you play a spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. It's
whenever you cast a spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Oh, that seems so rude.
And also Hullbreaker Horror, which
does the same thing.
Yep. All right.
And I mean that's.
Yeah, realistically, there are other juicy Timmy cards that could be added, but the only thing I have left to truly offer in terms of like big Timmy creatures is how do you feel about Eldrazi?
Sir, can I talk to you about our Lord and Savior Eldrazi's?
Okay, we're at 96 cards here.
Oh, maybe actually, one
page. Thank you very much.
Two other cards that are both very rude, but both very good for this sort of deck. Teferi, the creature Teferi. Opponents can only cast things at sorcery speed, and all of your spells can be cast at instant speed, so even your creatures.
That does seem cool. But he's a creature, right?
Yeah, it's Teferi. I can't remember what his name is.
So, is it Temporal Archmage or no?
Yeah, I think it's Temporal Archmage, yeah. Now, and then another card for if you feel like being rude is Vorinclex.
Nope. I hate that card.
No? Okay.
I hate playing against that card, so I'm not going to play it. I will put Elvish Piper, though. Sean's suggesting. No, I think those things... I mean, I'd rather play the Eldrazi. Elvish Piper is in ramp. Elvish Piper is just like tap, put a creature on the battlefield.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, cheers, man.
I'm going to toss
Hope to play against it sometime. So,
see what you like.
Yeah, toss me these creatures.
Have we thought about Conch Sphinx?
Consecrated Sphinx? Oh, yes. Well, actually, I think card draw's not going to be a super problem, but...
Okay.
Wait. We'll put it in the maybe board.
Not doing Jin, so we'll toss that boy to the side.
Yeah.
Giant Ediphage?
I don't think Giant Ediphage works too well for this deck. It is a good card. It doesn't have haste naturally. It doesn't have indestructible or hexproof.
No.
It's a 7/7 bug that has to deal combat damage. It does have trample. And when it deals combat damage, it creates a token copy of itself. But like it's not landfall. It is a big Timmy creature, but it doesn't really synergize with anything else. It's just a big creature that maybe gets to make copies of itself.
Right. Are we wanting to do tokens with this?
No, I think I want to do... Oh, jeez. I've got that on camera.
Yeah.
Spilled it.
Oh no!
Now that you've said Eldrazi, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I need to...
Good. Let the plague spread.
Before you jump into that, Verdant Sun Avatar will keep you alive.
Oh yeah.
You gain life equal to...
Toughness
whenever a creature comes in.
Verdant Sun's Avatar. Let me see. Where does it put it? It puts it in life gain.
Yep.
You gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Oh, whenever a creature enters.
Also, I'm a huge fan of a Stormtide Leviathan.
Okay, I'm going to put Verdant Sun in the maybe board, and I'm going to Stormtide Leviathan. Where does that go? It is a 5, 6, 7, 8 mana island walk, 8/8. All lands are islands in addition to their other types, and creatures without flying or island walk can't attack. So it's kind of stacksy.
Yeah.
It also stacks. It stacks you as well, though.
Yeah, that stacks is me because I don't think I have a lot of flying. Yeah.
And last one that I'm gonna go before we jump into Eldrazi's is Kodama of the East Tree, so that you can play some more. Drop one big creature, then drop another.
Whenever another
Another
permanent you control enters, if it wasn't put into the battlefield with this ability, you may put a permanent card with equal or less mana value from your hand onto the battlefield. Now, it is a heavy Spellslinger deck, so this would be sick if it was a heavy permanent deck. I think permanents are going to be the smaller portion of what my deck is.
Okay.
True.
Commander Shafard says ESD. What does that mean?
Eat shit, Dave.
Eat shit, Dave. Is that? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's amazing. You had to be there face to
I'm going
face.
to love that.
That's amazing.
Hold on, this is live. I'm cleaning up a spill on the floor. 1 second.
Oh, Commander Shepard. Oh, Dave, you're amazing.
Okay, I'm a mess.
I will remember that day fondly, always.
Best day ever. Yeah, that was a great weekend, man.
Oh, yeah.
Another one just came to mind that maybe. You're searching your library a lot. You're going for a lot of different lands. A Panglacial Worm might be okay. It's a 7 mana, 9/5 trample, and when you're searching your library, you can cast it from your library.
That's not the one I'm looking for. Sorry, Panglacial Worm. 7 mana, trample, 9/5. While you're searching your library, you may play Panglacial Worm from your library. What?
Yeah.
So you do still need.
That's Kodama's Reach. Anything?
If you have a creature in your hand, you can just drop one potentially if you've got the ramp.
So you do need to pay the mana for it, yes. But yeah, if your Kodama's reaching, if you Kodama's Reach, you're searching your library for something, you get to play that from your library.
That seems pretty sick. It's a 9/5 trample that just seems pretty easy to trigger. Okay, I like it. Oh, I hate to see this in my hand, but well, not
so.
Too
Yeah,
much.
the two Archmages.
Yeah, we have Archmage of Runes that we need to add.
Kongla for some removal actually might be good.
Archmage of Runes, instant sorcery is less. When you cast an instant sorcery spell, draw a card. Yes, has to be in there.
Yeah. Specifically Archmage of Endurance.
Ooh, yeah.
And then Archetype of Imagination.
Archetype of Imagination. Also, I mean, just having either Brawn or what's the other one?
Oh, these are the
Brawn
archetype of Endurance.
If you have Brawn is the green Anger. And what's the blue Anger?
So
it's Wonder.
Archetype of Endurance
is
gives everything hexproof.
Planeswalker said Primeval Bounty might be one to look at.
Primeval Bounty.
It's an enchantment that does a lot of things.
Oh yeah, Planeswalker Games just suggested that as well.
Yeah, that's
what he said.
Yeah,
so added tokens. So it's down here. Primeval Bounty, 5 and a green. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 3/3 beast. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put 3 1/1 counters on target creature you control. And landfall, gain 3 life. This does seem good. I'm not going to be casting a ton of creatures, but I am going to be casting...
I mean, take a look at your list. You've got a lot of creatures.
Where is my breakdown? Here, if I scroll down, where is the amount of blue spells, green spells? What do we have for creature? Why is creature not in here? Oh, these are just the...
Also, I am seeing that we don't have a ton of removal, which is kind of the Timmy way.
Yeah.
But with that in playing, because I was going to bring it up earlier, we have Pong. Yeah, let me get the list here. We have Swan Song as a potential other counterspell. We have Rapid Hybridization. We have Pongify.
Swan Song. What's the offer you can't refuse?
Offer you can't refuse. That's... Yeah, it was coming to mind. If you want a big creature that does removal, Kongla does removal very well.
Koga?
What kind of removal?
Kongla?
Yeah.
When it comes in, it fights a creature, and then when it attacks, you destroy an enchantment or artifact defending player control.
So the fight is
Kogla.
Good. So the fight is good. I have a potential better...
Hold on,
which could also, they could both go in. what is it? Silverback Elder.
Oh yeah.
Whenever you cast a creature spell, you choose to either look at the top 5 for a land, put it onto battlefield, gain 4 life, or destroy artifact or enchantment.
Okay, I'm looking at Kogla here, and it says whenever he attacks, destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. That's pretty. That's
also,
clutch.
It also has a little bit of protection for Gale on it because you can bounce Gale back to your hand and give him indestructible.
Oh, I love this. This goes in the list. We're gonna put this in big. What was I thinking of just a second ago? Oh, yeah. Shafard says, "What's your background?" This is Brennan. You found this this cool thing. It's from Vect Easy, I think. Just a nice little spacey background, and it looks beautiful. Are you running Commander's Plate?
I don't think. I don't know. I don't think Commander's Plate is going to be worth it in this build.
$35 for Commander's Plate. It is 3/3. And protection from each color that's not in your color's identity. Equip commander.
I mean,
I think the creatures are going to be thick enough.
His identity is only blue, so he's going to have protection from everything but blue.
Right. That is actually not bad, eh?
Yeah, that's real not bad.
The thing is, I don't know. I'm not actually planning to attack with Gale much. I don't know if he's a 10/10. Yes, I am. But is that? I don't want to like. I guess we've got some of these card draw spells. Well, the card draw spells that sack for creatures' power or toughness, or that draw for that amount, is synergizes also with my big creatures.
Yeah.
Right? Do we want regrowth effects?
What do you mean?
Regrowth. Like, just returning a card from your graveyard.
Yeah.
Did you put Noxious Revival in the list?
That is the Phyrexian one?
Yeah.
I believe I did.
Yeah.
Putting a redundancy and putting like regrowth in there just to have like 2 potentials. Yeah.
I'm a very big fan of
Eternal Witness.
What's E-Witness is a good one. What is it? Reap.
Reap is decent.
Reap is a very fun one. Return any number of cards from graveyard to hand equal to the amount of black permanents target player controls.
Oh, what if I'm not playing somebody that is playing black?
I mean, it rarely happens, but it does.
Yeah. So another creature to add, Tanner.
Yep.
Emrakul? Silverback Elder. Silverback Elder.
Silverback Elder goes into removal, and that is 5 mana. Whenever you cast a creature spell, choose one. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put a land from amongst them onto the battlefield. You gain 4 life. Seems good.
And you are playing a fair amount of creatures.
I am now, yeah. That does seem good, because I do need the artifact and enchantment removal. That is like paramount in Commander.
Yeah. This does work in my held now. Like,
okay, now I think we're over already. We're at 105 cards.
One last card that I'm going to suggest, just because it should go into this kind of a deck. A Temporal Manipulation. You already have 1 extra turn spell in Expropriate, but having another doesn't hurt. Especially at 5 mana compared to 7 or 9.
I mean, I would go with Time Stretch just to have 2 extra turns, because...
Oh, yeah.
How much does Time Stretch cost?
It's 8.
Oh.
Yeah,
well, that's why I suggested Temporal Manipulation, just so that it's more mana efficient.
Time Stretch is 10.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 10. Never mind.
Yeah, but I think 10 mana spells are actually not going to be a problem here.
Something that you might want to consider, just to add some extra value.
Consider's already in the list.
Horizon.
Sorry. I said consider's already in the list.
Or Nexus of Fate. Actually, Nexus of Fate. Nexus of Fate.
Oh, because it shuffles back in.
It shuffles back in. That's very good.
Or,
yeah.
Alrund's Epiphany.
Oh, yeah. So, sorry. Let's look at Krufix, God of Horizons. As long as your devotion, it's not a creature. You have no maximum hand size, which actually I was wondering if I should stay away from so that I can selectively discard what I want to discard.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
If unused mana would be emptied from your mana pool, that mana becomes colorless instead. That's pretty sick. Here, I'm going to put it over in the maybe. That's probably
something to consider.
Krufix.
I think having no maximum hand size does benefit you, because I know that you tend to steer away from that in a lot of decks that have card draw. But for this sort of a deck, other than Gale being what Gale does, you're not playing a ton of recursion. So being able to hold on to things and be like, one turn you're gonna chain off a bunch of stuff, and maybe one of those cards happens to be an extra time or like an extra turn card. And then everything's in your bin and potentially hand refilled for after the fact, where then you have your responses of, hey, I'm gonna instant cast this to counter your spell or this or that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not afraid of having no max hand size.
True. Now, should we add like Reliquary Tower to the land slot? Because we can search for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take an island out and we'll add a Reliquary Tower.
Now I know we're doing a lot of ramp.
New Omen card from Tarkir?
Yeah, so actually, Dave, he says, how about the new Omen cards from Tarkir? You get the benefit of the shuffle in. The way that this commander works is that when they're in the graveyard, you can recast them. So the Omen cards actually sort of take the ability of recasting them away from Gale. Mm-hmm. So as good as they are, I think that I want to cast a sorcery and let it hit the graveyard. And then if I cast an instant, I can immediately recast the sorcery at instant speed. So yeah, we pulled one in here, Bloomvine region to the maybe board. It does searches for 2 basics. And I realized that, like, as good as that is, I don't think shuffling back into the deck is going to help me grab from my graveyard. So we got 15 cards in the maybe board. We're already 7 cards over the build, and I still haven't touched Eldrazi.
I'm only, so I don't think you should add anything other to the Eldrazi's other than like the big OGs.
Okay.
Yeah.
But very specifically, I have one last card for you to potentially add to this list. Oh, 1 second. I want that extra.
Don't lie to me. There's going to be 5.
No. I'm not talking about Eldrazi. I'm talking about one last card as a maybe board, Defense of the Heart.
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent has 4 or more creatures, or 3 or more, you get 2 free creatures from your library.
That's an enchantment. Maybe Tooth and Nail might do more here.
Ooh, Tooth and Nail is a good alternative. Yeah.
I think both of those have to go.
Sorcery, and you might be able to recast it.
Defense of the Heart. Defense with an S. I've gone into Tutor. Defense of the Heart. 4 mana enchantment. During your upkeep, if one or more opponents controls 3 or more creatures, sack it, search your library for up to 2 creatures, put those into play. It's amazing. And then Tooth and Nail is sack a creature.
It's a sorcery that puts things into your hand.
Oh, and I'll be able to recast it, right?
Or two creatures. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, or put up to 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield.
Or you can entwine them, do it both.
Yep.
That too.
So that is a tutor. Yep. These are all very good.
Okay. I actually do have one. You did say it was going to be 5. Nyxborn Ancient.
Oh, yeah.
Triple your mana. It's like the Timiest. It's one of the Timiest cards that exists.
Nyxborn. Yeah, that's got to be in here.
Yeah, Nyx Bloom Ancient.
Oh, Nyx Bloom. Yeah, Nyx Bloom Ancient.
That's a card that does Snapcaster work in this deck? I don't think I need Snapcaster because Gale is my dedicated Snapcaster.
I mean, they make a point. Having redundancies is always a good thing.
Where did Nyx Bloom Ancient end up? It ended up in ramp. We're going in big.
Yeah,
Kodama, you can just go in big. These are just the big spells that I want to be able to get toward. Koma can go in big. Now we're possibly.
I don't know. I mean, you want to cast big creatures. I'm looking at like sorceries that'll make a token so that you can cast that token again.
Are there any really strong cycling sorceries in instance? That's not a bad point. Hey, stuff that I can I can cycle it to draw a card, put it in my bin, and I know I'm going to cast it again.
Yeah. Cycle might be pretty strong there.
Geez, this is why I have Simic people helping me right now, because I'm just like not. Well, okay, hold on. What about Quandrix Apprentice? Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, look at the top 3 cards of your library, reveal a land card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom. It's a great payoff for a 2-mana card.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to add everything, and then it's going to be the painful cutting process.
This will be easy. This will be easy to cut.
Quandrix Apprentice is in ramp. Let's just keep going.
Right.
Is the Seedborn Muse?
Seedborn Muse is pretty beneficial, but you're not doing a ton at instance. Well, I guess you kind of are doing.
I am, and Seedborn Muse. I have instants that cast. If I cast an instant, I can cast a sorcery as well when I cast the instant, right? So having my lands untapped on every person's turn. Oh, this deck's going to be rude. Murmuring Mystic.
Yeah.
Create a flyer with every. Okay, it's going in the list.
Make a bird with every cast.
God, this is going to be so hard to cut. We are now at 113 cards. That, you know what? It's not too bad.
So I have a card that you shouldn't add, but I want you to add it, and I want it to be an auto include, but you need to make the choice because it has no synergy with this deck so far. Simic Ascendancy.
Oh, it's just thematic.
Whenever counters are put on something you control, you put that many counters on Simic Ascendancy. You can pay to put counters on something, and when you have 20 or more, you win the game.
Nah.
Yeah.
What? I have 8.
I'm not putting counters on things. I want to spend my mana on other things, right? If it was a Hardened Scales type deck, then sure.
Yeah, he wants to spend it on a Void Winnower. Some evil stuff.
We're at 113 cards. Have not touched Eldrazi.
You shouldn't add Eldrazi's.
I actually kind of agree. I was looking at the Eldrazi's too. They do fit into the theme of big Timmy things, but they kind of don't really help the deck too much. If there's anything left to add, it should just be a little bit more removal.
Yeah.
Another counter spell maybe, just to get a good juicy minimum 3 in there. I'd potentially add 2 more.
The nice thing about counter spell is that it allows me to cast another sorcery from my graveyard.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you added Swan Song.
I did. I got, what do we got here? We got
so there should be 4 in there.
Tokens removal. Where's removal? Where there? They keep moving around on me.
You should.
Or I'm just blind. Token. Oh, it's down here. Offer you can't refuse. Counterspell. Fierce Guardianship. Silverback Elder is in removal. I think I'll put that in big and Swan Song.
I mean, it's definitely removal.
It is it's juicy removal. And then your choice of whether or not you want to do things like
Perfect. Eat shit, Dave.
Prophet of Krufix is banned. Jadzi Oracle of Arcavios is being suggested by Sean.
Yeah, take a look. I'm not familiar with that.
Jadzi?
Is it Jadzia Dax?
Yeah, I do know that.
Where did Jadzi go? I don't know where it's throwing these cards. It's a mix.
There are 3 things that you should add. I'm sorry that I tell you them right now.
Are they crucial to the deck build?
Double Major. Double Major is an instant that copies a creature.
Oh yeah, okay. Hold on, Jadzi Oracle.
So when you cast a creature, you can. Yeah.
Okay, I'll look at that one.
Make multiple copies of whatever creatures.
Okay, hold on. I'll look at that one in a sec. I gotta read Jadzi here. Discard a card, return it to my hand. Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a non-land card, you may cast it by paying 1 rather than paying its mana cost. Ooh. If it's a land, put it on the battlefield. That seems really good. That goes in big.
Seem really good.
And is it a land on the backside too? No, it's a sorcery on the backside.
It's a ramp on the backside.
Put any number of land cards from your hand on the battlefield, and if you control 8 or more lands, you may discard a card. If you do, return this to my hand. Whoa! Yep, that goes in the deck.
That's pretty juiced. Yeah, that's a fucking solid include.
Beanstalk Giant as well.
Oh, Beanstalk Giants. I mean, yeah, it's ramp on a big creature.
It's ramp and a big creature. Prophet of Krufix.
And if that creature happens to die, then you can cast the ramp again.
Put Beanstalk Giant over here. We're going to put that in ramp sorcery. Where did my categories go? We'll put it over in ramp sorcery. Quandrix Apprentice. Seedborn Muse. What is if they... There's too many good cards in this deck. I see why you guys like Simic.
Welcome to Timmy.
Welcome to Timmy.
Tireless Provisioner.
Split fuse cards. That's a good question, Dave.
How does this commander interact with split fuse cards? Good question.
It can count as both. It's a modal card. It'll see it as both. I don't believe you have to choose whichever side. I'm pretty sure it just sees that one side of it is a sorcery, and that you can still cast one or the other.
I think that the
look it
main
up.
side needs to be a sorcery if that's the case.
What do we got for AC? Harrow. Sack a land, search your library for 2 basics, put them on the battlefield. This Tyvar Stand's a great card. Man, Simic is rude.
I mean,
yeah,
you're not even
absolutely
doing the like omniscience, enter the infinite kind of thing, right?
True. This is totally like an omniscience deck.
Oh, you could.
Oh, what about hold on, Archdruid's
I don't
Charm.
think so.
Search your library. It's a 3-mana instant. Choose one. Search your library for a creature or land card and reveal it. Put it on the battlefield tapped. If it's a land, otherwise put it into your hand. Or put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Or exile target artifact or enchantment.
Decent.
It's a tutor. We're going to put it in. Oh, this is going to be so hard to cut.
It won't, I promise. It won't.
No, it'll go quick.
Archdruid's Charm.
We'll cut some of the big boys.
We're already
I already know 3 cards that are like the first to go.
We're at an hour and 21
Bloodborne
in our
Tyrant can probably
recording. So maybe we leave the cut process for just like after this, and then of course this deck list will be in the description of this this thing.
I think we can. I think we can sit back and do some cuts.
Okay, let's
like the beginning of the episode was us floundering to set it up.
Oh wait, why am I?
Cards that I wanted to potentially say, and one that I think that definitely needs to go in is Double Major.
Okay, I got to put Mana Drain in, because I could probably just cut Counterspell for Mana Drain, and then Double Major.
Yeah. No, you should do Spelljack instead.
Double Major is green and a blue instant. Copy target creature spell you control, except it isn't legendary if the spell is legendary. Whoa, it could copy Gale. What would that do? Would that double trigger so I could cast 2 sorceries if I cast an instant?
Yes.
Or you could cast a sorcery and then cast an instant from your graveyard and then cast a sorcery from your graveyard. I don't know.
I mean, realistically, you probably wouldn't use that on Gale. You'd probably use that on one of the other things. I like an Apex Devastator.
Ooh, hold on. Does that go infinite with Gale for just as long as I have mana? I can just go back and forth between instant and sorcery through my graveyard?
No, because Gale's ability is you exile them.
The other one, and yeah.
Right, they would be exiled, but I could just go down the ladder basically and cast each one back and forth. No. Yeah, because I would cast an instant. It would cast a sorcery from my graveyard. That sorcery would allow me to cast an instant from my graveyard. That instant would allow me to cast a sorcery from my graveyard. Depends how many spells I have in the graveyard, but...
Would it?
Yeah, because I copy target creature spell.
Because we could change this whole... I would hate to do this now, but changing the whole direction of it onto copy Gale.
You wouldn't... No, see, here's the thing. You're overthinking it. You don't even need to copy Gale. Gale does that natively. It's just whether or not you have the mana.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it doesn't. Whenever you cast... Oh, no, it says whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell from your hand, shuts it down immediately. So Double Major would copy something, which is...
Copy a big boy.
Copy a big boy.
And then you can cast it again to copy another one.
Like that on an Apex, perfection. That on a fucking what is it? That on a Hydroid Crisis.
So yeah, Double Major goes to the graveyard, and then I can cast it again later.
Yeah, that on Coma. Yeah, that's a great for a Timmy card. You get a copy of whatever Timmy nonsense you want.
So,
yeah, let's go.
I'm sorry that I waited to say these ones because so the front card, Augmenter Polgist, is not the one that you want to cast it for. You want to cast Echoing Equation.
Okay, sorry. What was that card called?
Echoing Equation It's 5 mana, and it's choose target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of it until end of turn, except those creatures aren't legendary if the chosen creature is legendary.
That is a good card. I don't know if this is the deck for it, because, like, you could turn everything into a big 12/12, but, like, what single card here is that are you turning everything into that's actually,
yeah, true. If we're looking
realistically,
to already...
that card pairs with Pathbreaker Ibex perfectly. That's about it.
I mean, Pathbreaker Ibex or World Spine Worm just before a board wipe.
119 cards at this point.
All right, okay.
The last one I would say was Show and Tell, but you don't have to include that. That's just a personal fave.
All right, no, there's 2 cards you have to add, and then we're done and we can start the cuts. You either need a Rapid Hybridization or an Apongify. One of them. You don't need both, but you need a Beast Within.
Yeah, Beast
Within
is
and
necessary.
Rapid Hybridization. Now
if you wanted to add Apongify, you
cards.
can, but I don't think you need to add 2.
No.
All right. So immediately to the cutting board.
I just went down.
Do you still have the 10 mana 2 extra turn spell in there?
Yeah, that's Time Stretch.
It's juicy. You've got other time spells. You've got Timmy. I think that's the first one to cut.
Okay.
Great addition. I think that's the first one to cut for sure, though.
Honestly, yeah, extra turns.
Now the Panglacial Worm might be tough to cast. Although I think I'm always going to be double tapping my ramp spells.
Oh, Planeswalker games. No Psych Rift. We don't do that here.
Well, we do, but we definitely do.
Are you really going to do that to our boy? He was one of the
Nexus of Fate wasn't a good one because it gets shuffled back in.
Oh yeah, Nexus of Fate.
All right, take out Nexus of Fate. Maybe Expropriate as well.
No, I think you should leave Expropriate.
Leave Expropriate.
It was the one card that you were like determined to put into the list, and it is a very good card. 4 extra turns, or a guaranteed extra turn, and 3 permanents from your opponents.
Being able to recast it seems rude.
And the recast. Yes. No, an extra turn. You need an extra turn spell in there somewhere.
Okay. You guys look at this list here. Think of some cuts. I'm going to do the live stream thing, and I'm going to go take a pee. I'll be right back.
That's a good question. So we want a lot of instances and sorcery, so I think we leave pretty much everything that's instant and
anything
sorcery
that's instant or sorcery. I'm thinking that we cut some of the big Timmy creatures down.
We're definitely going to cut some of them, that's for sure. I'm more so looking at some of the side pieces here first. Because, like, Abundance is really good, but Abundance is better for...
No Cyclonic Rift.
Yeah, I just addressed that, yeah. Tanner might add it, but we don't, I know...
We're not talking about it right now. No, don't say anything, chat, okay?
Because Cyclonic Rift obviously is a great card, but our buddy Dan from Into the 99 despises it. Tanner, on one of our games, when he was playing Locust God, started the episode off with cutting, not a real one, but cutting Cyclonic Rift in half, just for Dan. I'd love for you to sign mine if I owned, but that's never going to happen. I personally have never... I think I've only ever cast a Psych Rift for its 2-cost activation to bounce a single thing. I don't think I've ever overloaded.
You've never actually cast the Overload?
No, why would I? It's so anti-me. I don't care about removing boards. I care about going through boards.
Okay, I'm back, and we got to cut 19 cards.
Talking about anything that you should add. Nothing.
Abundance, I think, is a potential cut. It is great for the filtering off the top, but it's a 4-mana investment to just filter your top card.
Okay, cut that. I'm doing easy cuts right now. I'm not going to be picky.
If that's going to go, Cultivator Colossus should probably go as well.
Cultivator Colossus is the...
If it's there. Yeah.
Yes, sure. Let's go. Let's take that one out. People are saying, do you have any fogs in the deck? No, I think this is going to be maybe like a bit light on well-rounded interaction. Just to Timmy the hell out of this.
I respect it. That's exactly how I build my Prime Speaker. It's got 2 counter spells in it. They're bad counter spells, and the entire deck does one thing: it's draw cards.
It's
Play big creature,
not
draw
about,
cards.
it's not about trying to deal with the problem. It's about being the problem.
Yeah.
Hydroid Crisis is flying trample, big thick boy, draw a bunch of cards, gain a bunch of life.
That and with the potential double major in there, and then
Yeah.
it just being something that has native evasion as well as the trample.
Actually, Hydroid Crisis is a 0/0 with counters on it, so double major will
Yeah,
not.
if you copy it, it's going to be a 0/0.
That is not no, that's not true. When you cast a spell, anything that has X in this cost, X would be copied. If you
hold
copy
up.
it when it's on the battlefield, then X is.
Yeah, double major is only on the stack.
Yeah, which will copy an X spell for its X value.
Okay, so double major actually seems a little less easy to pull off with this.
Double major is juiced, bud.
Double major is great for everything.
Okay,
There's not a single creature. There's not a single creature in your deck that double major doesn't work with.
Okay. All right, we got Dave says, hear me out. I think Barrier Breach might be decent in this deck. Cycle it early if it's irrelevant. Cast it later to surprise people. Let's look at adding another card.
Barrier Breach.
Barrier Breach is 35 cents. It's going into removal, which is way down here. Where is it? It's right here. 3 mana, exile up to 3 target enchantments with cycling.
That's decent.
Oh,
Yeah, cycle it and use it later. Damn.
Yeah.
Great card. That's Ikoria. Sick.
Ad, Dave.
Great ad.
Yeah, that is a great ad.
Is there anything from removal that we might want to cut? Oh, counterspell we could probably cut because we have mana drain now.
Potentially. I think that it's best to start on all of the other areas to cut first.
Yeah,
because you want this deck to be mostly instant sorceries.
All right, our tutor package is Defense of the Heart, Mystical Tutor, Tooth and Nail, and Worldly Tutor.
I mean, Defense of the Heart does work a lot.
Yeah, they go right into play. So
yeah,
it is a potential. Like, put that on the roster for something to cut because it is one of those things where it doesn't inherently help the deck, but it is a good card.
It's a good card. It doesn't, but it's also not a sorcery or instant too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't.
It drives away from.
The thing is, I only have to. It's on my upkeep. It's essentially, well, the thing is, it's going to put a big target on my back. Yeah. We'll put it in the maybe board. Oh, it's so... To have all of these huge creatures, though, and be able to just, like, slam 2 of them?
Yeah.
God, that seems good.
Especially if one of those, like, what? You could do immediate Hullbreaker, Horror, and a Coma, and you're basically untouchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about we cut Gale and Raised by Giants?
Done.
Done. What about God Eternal Cafnet? 4 mana lets me kind of look at... reveal the first card you draw each turn.
I would keep it.
Yeah.
It's doing what Gale does. Just having redundancy is good. And it also comes back, and it's a body that flies.
Yeah, true. It is a little bit hard to get rid of. Sure. Gandalf. Cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. I think I've already got that covered.
You have another card that does it, but redundancies are good.
Yeah, but like Gale also... Yeah, I mean, I guess... I can't...
It's not...
It's only sorceries from my hand, and I think Gale allows me to cast them from my graveyard, which I kind of want to just get the double trigger.
I 100% agree with that, especially like redundancies are good, but it's a redundancy that the deck doesn't 100% need. Like if it read the exact same as Gale, so that it's like a redundancy, it'd probably be better. Or if it was doing other things.
I mean, we were talking about it before, having like going for not having a counter or having an instant.
Yeah.
And then doing a ramp spell for doing a sorcery ramp spell to cast a counter spell from your grave.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm gonna put it in the maybe because I have to cut a lot of cards, and the fact that I'm thinking about this one,
I understand. I would cut the big Timmy cards that are just there. Like the World Spine Worm is good, but it's just a big ass creature.
How about Multani? Multani's just a big reach trample.
Yeah.
Yeah, Multani's going in the maybe.
Ghalta is a potential maybe because again,
Ghalta's a big, yeah.
Like just the static 12/12, yeah, that one.
Well, actually, Stampede Tyrant. I mean, it's a big creature that allows me to put any of the other
utility.
Oh, yeah,
no, that's what I mean. Primeval Hunger is the one that you should probably get rid of.
Primal Hunger is just a 12/12 trample. Okay, we put that one over here. I got to call it in chat here. What is it?
Lear is in the deck.
Planeswalker says, how many perms versus spells do you have in chat? And Dave said, I've never had a perm.
Yeah.
Are you using Raised by Giants for a reason other than it being green? Mostly because it's green. But also because I think of the 5 options. The other ones don't really inspire me. It's not, they're all cheaper, but I do think that Raised by Giants is like the pocket ace to just turn Gale into a smasher as well. Probably not being cast very often, but I chose it just because. Lear would give better value. Wait, Lear is in the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lear's in the...
Lear, Disciple of the Drowned, is in recursion. Yeah, it's incredibly good in this list. And we should choose there's a printing of it that's textless.
Nice.
Nah, I'm not going to do that.
So I'm sitting here looking at the backgrounds too, just to see if there's Master. I almost wish you had chosen Master Chef just to go into it, because that Simic Ascendancy would have been perfect.
The hardened skills.
Yeah, it's basically just everything enters with a +1/+1 counter. God damn, that would have been hilarious.
What's in the tokens pile? I think that we might be able to get rid of most of that.
Most of that? Okay, so Chasm Skulker might be able to go.
Yeah.
You have a lot of
Chasm
draw.
Skulkers.
Yeah, let's put Chasm Skulker into maybe board. Fungal Sprouting is just create a bunch of saprolings based on creature's power.
But it is a sorcery that you're effectively getting to cast.
To double cast,
you're going to be able to cast a cast.
Miming Slice is create one big guy.
I would cut that one. Or if you're going to have that one, there's another one that's less mana.
Okay, I'm going to put it away. Primeval Bounty. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 3/3. Whenever you cast non-creature spell, put 3 counters on something. I'm casting a lot of non-creature spells.
I would keep that one. It just has... there's so many modes on that.
Talrand being able to create 2/2 flyers with nonsense sorceries.
Talrand's a keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Worldspine Worm, it is a big beater, but meh.
Okay, we put that away. Where are we at? We are at 111. Oh my god, is this...
Look, we already brought down 10. It's going so quick. Yeah. It's going so quick. All right, let's go through the big list.
Oh, Murkfiend Liege. Wait, Murkfiend Liege just adds power to my blue and green creatures, doesn't it?
Yeah, it adds... so it adds 1/+1, +1/+1 for each to every blue, +1/+1 to every green, so it does do both. And then untap all creatures you control during each other player's untap step.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I don't know if I want to add it just because I'm already having trouble cutting.
Yeah, it was great for my Helga deck, because my Helga deck cares about the extra power and toughness and the untap, but this deck doesn't look like it's really looking to, you're not doing untap shenanigans.
Yeah, Beanstalk Giant's got to stay, right? Because it fulfills my sorcery and a big creature.
Yeah.
I also have a cool version of it that I can use. Rixmathes is a 4-mana...
potentially come out.
Yeah.
It is a big creature. It is going to get online very quickly for 4 mana. It's going to be a lot easier to... Actually, no, I say keep it in. It gets turned online into a 12/12 so quick in this deck.
And it is part of ramp as well. It fits.
Yeah. It does.
It's basically a dual. It's basically a tap for 2 enters tap land that turns into a 12/12 later, and that's a turn after you cast it. With how Gale's looking.
Bramble Familiar is a big sorcery. Yeah, this one's too good.
Yeah, it's a mana dork, and which also on that, not to add more cards. Let's continue cutting first, but I do worry about the state of the early game of. You're not always going to be able to ramp that fast, so potentially adding a couple mana rocks and mana dorks might be beneficial.
I thought about that, except for the fact that I feel like my mana rocks and mana dorks is going to be my entire ramp package.
That's fair.
which
Did we
instead
put a
of
Seedborn Muse in here?
I did put a Seedborn Muse. Instead of adding rocks or adding Llanowar Elves, I think adding lands is more powerful.
I do respect that. Oh yeah, modal cards. There was one brought up at the very beginning that is a potential decent for this as a modal card, and you can just put it in as a land. Disciple of Freyalise.
Yeah, what is... Oh, yeah, right.
It's a 6-drop. It's either a tap land or it's a 6-drop that you sack a creature, you draw cards equal.
So it does the sack thing that I want, and it also is a tap land unless I pay 3. It's like a lightning bolt land.
Yeah.
I'd put it in the land because that's me, but...
Yeah, just count that as a land. You don't even have to count that as a creature. It's just an extra creature just in case.
Potentially just because it's also a land just to add it in the land package for a Glasspool Mimic.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
So, I got a question here. Disciple of Freyalise, if I do manage to get one of my big beaters out, do I really want to sacrifice it to draw a bunch of cards?
Well, that's the thing, is you don't have to because it's the tap land. It's just one of those situations where it's like, if you get the option to, you're right. It's either a land and you never have to worry about it again because you played it as a land, or you get it late game and it's like, I need fucking card draw right now.
I don't know if I need card draw on this. There's so many cards in this deck.
Sometimes that'll happen.
No, that's what I'm saying. As a modal land that you never have to play as Disciple of Freyalise and doesn't take away from your ability to play the rest of the deck, I think you keep it. It's a just in case. It's a just in case in your pocket.
It's
on
a
land.
land. Look at it as being a land that possibly casts a spell.
Yeah. Like turn 1, it's a tap land that doesn't hurt your deck or slow you down at all. Turn 3, it's a shock land that hurts you but is immediately online because of that. Late game, it's either a land or a lot of card draw.
Yeah. So, Dave, I already do have Rishkar's expertise in here. Migration Path as well seems solid here.
Okay.
Migration Path.
Yeah, Migration Path because it's a cycle.
It cycles?
I believe so.
Yep, it does cycle for 2. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put on the battlefield tapped. Oh, God, yeah, that's got to be in there. That's a ramp sorcery. Because it also, I can cycle it to then cast it later.
That might be worth, just to keep the count down, removing one of your other ramp spells.
I don't know if I want to...
How much ramp do you have going on right now?
I have 11, 12, plus... Well, Elvish Piper is in ramp. That's not in ramp. Where should Elvish Piper be?
Oh.
What kind of category would...
Dropping stuff for free.
Yeah, because I'm going to have great big creatures in my hand.
I forgot. There are 2 things that drop things for free that are really nice. One of them is blue and one of them is green that is like an Elvish Piper. One's from Amonkhet. It's a jackal. And whenever he attacks, you can exert him and then drop something from your hand.
Right. That's something of Ronus?
Yeah, Disciple of Ronus. There you are. And then the other one is it's a 4-mana 1/1 that's blue. But when you attack when it blocks, you can bounce it to your hand and then drop something from your hand.
Ooh, reverse ninjutsu.
Yeah.
Those all seem pretty sick, actually. I'm also running Great Henge. I'm going to cut a forest for Great Henge, for sure. Oh, wait, Great Henge is an enchantment, though.
It's an artifact.
Or an artifact?
Yeah.
The Great Henge is a huge... This spell costs X less, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Tap for 2 green, gain 2 life. Whenever a non-totem creature enters, put a 1/1 counter and draw a card. Oh, God, these cards are so good. Yeah, the Great Henge is like a Timmy card that I need.
Yeah.
In this deck. I cut a forest. I should add the forest. 32 lands okay?
Playtest wise, yes.
33
also,
with MDFC.
Technically you didn't cut a land for Disciple, so that's your 30. You should out 33.
Yeah, dude, Architect says that. Quantity 32 in brackets, 33 with MDFC. This platform is so sick.
Yeah.
Stop telling me to add
Go
cards.
no, scroll up. We're not adding more cards.
I
Tatiova
was just
can
saying
probably come
Glasspool
out.
Mimic again for the modal,
yeah.
having a land that is also a potential creature later on.
Sorry, what are we cutting?
Not cutting. Glasspool Mimic. It's a
Adding more.
No, this is
it's
a
a
land.
land.
This is another land.
Oh. Okay, so I Glasspool.
The
Oh, that's the
modal-
one. Yes, the model. Glasspool Mimic. Enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature you control.
or it's a land.
Okay, I'll cut an island for that. Where'd my lands go? There they are.
You don't need them.
Okay.
So yeah, cut Tatiova.
Oh god, that's a pet card of mine, and it seems really good in this deck. Whenever land enters, you gain a life and draw a card. I should put that in landfall.
It is very good, but you've got a lot of other card draw going on. You're trying to cut down permanents instead of things, and we'll gain 1 life and draw a card. We have multiple things in the deck that are drawing you cards. We have multiple things that are gaining you life.
How much card draw
If you want to leave it in there as a pet card, I respect that and leave that in there. But that would be one of my next cuts personally.
I think it's a pet card for me. I'm going to put this cool,
the beautiful art,
the portrait art from Commander Masters. Tatiova's got to be in the deck.
Okay.
I do think that we should take a look at our big ass thing of just the
bigs
creatures, the big boys.
Yeah, Kodama of the East Tree.
Drop something for free.
Jadzi seems really sick.
Yeah, Jadzi should stay in.
Hydroid Crisis.
Kodama of the East Tree, I think, is a maybe. Like don't cut it right now, but like consider it because it is free things. But again, like that's not permanent. Like that's only permanent.
Kodama comes out.
It itself is also not going to be your big beater.
Yeah. Hullbreaker Horror is pretty rude.
Oh yeah.
Hullbreaker Horror can go. I know. I don't. I want to just cast big things in Timmy.
Tyrant is both of those should absolutely, I think, should stay. But
well, I'm gonna cut them because like
they're rude cards that he doesn't like to play.
Yeah, I'd rather just overpower the board and swing in. I think that's what I want to do with this.
Okay.
Timber Symbiosis.
It is removal, and which is nice on a big creature.
I could regret it later. But Apex Devastator is so sick.
Apex stays in. The only card that you whiff on Apex is Hydroid Crisis, which is unfortunate.
So you know what the problem is? Apex Devastator Cascade is going to cascade into like maybe Opt, stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, but then it's an opt, which is free, especially if you're casting it on the Cascade. You opt first, which means you're doing the draw and the scry.
Yeah.
You're setting up the next Cascade, or it's into Big Timmy. No, Apex, absolutely. Questing Beast.
Questing Beast is a win con for you. Questing Beast. Well, wait. Why is that a win con? Questing Beast is a 4/4 Vigilance Reach Death Touch. Damage can't be prevented. Oh god, Questing Beast has so many lines of text. If it deals damage to a player, it deals damage to the Planeswalker as well.
Oh yeah, Balagad.
Oh, damage can get through. Yeah, I think it's like an anti-fog. But Aggressive Mammoth might come out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's a very fair one.
So now we're only at 13 of the big spells, which actually isn't too bad. Silver Racket Elder is so good.
Planeswalker said another modal land. Balagad Recovery. It's
another shock one
on a land.
Also returns.
It doesn't shock. It just comes in tapped.
Well, no, you may pay 3. Oh no, yeah, not Balagad. The term Timber Symbiosis.
Yeah, that's the one.
Where did Balagad Recovery go to? It probably went in one of these.
It goes to Recursion or land.
Yeah.
Recursion. Yeah. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. That is for sure going in there. So that we cut a forest for. I know there's probably a lot more lands. Like I don't have any dual lands in here, which might be.
Yeah.
Do I go down to like if
Listen,
I'm gonna what?
No, you're fine because all you just got to make sure is that if you're adding lands, I mean, like, breeding pool is your auto include. Whatever the Simic one of like the old dual
Hinterland
lands.
Harbor.
Yeah, Hinterland Harbor. Any of the lands that have like the basic land type attached to them, you can still search for with things like.
Correct. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. What if I were to start cutting basics for non-basics? Do I go down to 10 and 10 on Forest and Island?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would sound fair.
where are we at for cuts? We got 9 cards to cut.
Cradle. We're
Yeah,
all disappointed.
I do have
in him,
Guy's
man.
Cradle in here because at any well, you know what? Opening hand, it actually probably really hurts me. Hey.
Yeah, actually, Guy's Cradle is probably a cut for a proper forest or a breeding pool.
Yeah.
Like replace for a breeding pool. Yeah.
Cut that. Put in the breeding
Okay,
pool.
Yavimaya Hollow.
Yavimaya Hollow is what?
It's a land.
Add 1 colorless or regenerate.
Regenerate.
I want a lot of basics.
Okay.
I think, right? I'll put it in the maybe board.
Turn Timber Symbiosis would be a decent card in terms of the land.
Oh,
at
yeah.
Least, at least to put it was brought up before.
Yeah.
By Sheffard.
Yeah.
Turn Timber Symbiosis. Where did it go?
It's right there in front of you. It's
Dave's also saying Pier's Whim.
yeah, Pierce Whim.
Okay. 4 green sorcery. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. If that card has converted to cast 3 or less, it enters. No, it probably won't. And this was the also, yeah. Turn
Also
Timber
land.
Symbiosis is big sorcery. So we put that in. It'll be in draw sorcery.
It's also a land. You could include it in your land package if you wanted to.
I know, but I got to put it in draw sorcery just because it is a land. But if I do bin it, I can cast it later for 7 mana. Man, this deck is making me really want to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to cut 10 cards still. I don't know. We are encroaching on 2 hours, and I think I don't want to push this episode too long. So
Okay.
maybe we've
done
the rest.
some hella work.
Yeah, we'll do the rest of these cuts offline. If you're listening to this episode and you want to see the deck list, it'll be in the comments or the description of this, of course. And we're getting deep with Gale. We're getting water deep. Thank you to everybody in chat. That was very fun. We got to do more of these because I know, actually, I'll just check it right now. I'll go to my decks. I have other builds that I have not started yet, like we have
Rainbow
Azlask.
Oh,
Azlask, the Swelling Scourge, is one that I would love to do with you as well, Brandon. 5-color Eldrazi.
I didn't even know that alt art existed. What the fuck?
Yeah, I bought this as well. The foil. It was very cheap. It was $6, $8 or something. Very beautiful.
Right now,
All over that bad.
And then I've got another one that the Itali Primal Conqueror is
Jurassic Park.
a deck that I want to do. Oh, what's my architect? I'll show you, right? It's Tanner Cherry RP. And there's another one that I put in here that I have not. Oh, Obosh.
Oh, yeah.
I did buy this commander card, and I really, really want to build Obosh. I built it on Brawl on Arena recently, and I've been playing with Oz as well.
Slaps.
It's probably going to be way better in paper than it is on Arena because there's so many commander cards missing on Arena.
Right.
What else did I do? This is a deck that I want to do deck tech on here soon, is my St. Traft and Rem Corliss build. Mm-hmm. I have not put this together in paper yet. I do have the pre-con, so it's not going to be a whole lot to change. Yeah, we got a lot of these episodes that we want to do. Ooh, here's my one for the Silver Border episode that we want to do coming up. Rainbow Dash, Jeskai, Silver Border. This deck is going to be rude.
Dude, I'm jealous. Love it. That thing's sweet.
And then I got a whole bunch.
I'm building
Who?
Bob.
Oh,
The
Bob,
bevies.
as in Bob, as in
Bevy of Beevils.
B-O-B. Look it up. Look it up.
well, so Bob isn't Bob what's it called? The black creature.
Yeah, Bob is that creature as well, which
Yeah.
is why it threw me for a couple seconds. But
No, Bob. It's B-O-B.
Yeah,
Bevy of Beebles.
Oh, interesting.
Beevils.
Beebles. People in chat, this is the first time I'm using Meld Studio as my streaming software. It's just like a test for tonight. How is the visuals and audio? Is it all just smooth and clean? And I know the chat, I got to deal with that. I'm going to get a different chat widget so that it's a little more legible. But yeah, let me know. And
one thing we can do, just I guess like on camera note, I know that you love slapping our logo wherever you can. We could always push the screen to the side and just have that one chunk like under whoever's on like left or right.
Oh,
as, like,
the
dedicated chat space.
Yeah, I guess I kind of wanted to balance. Yeah, I could make. You mean just to make the deck tech area a little bigger?
No, I mean like move the deck tech area to the side. Like
Oh,
press
and
it
have
against that side of the screen.
More room for chat.
Up all the other.
And then have chat where it is, but just have like that area be a little more gated to chat.
We're learning. We're amateur streamers here. All right, I got 10 cards to cut. You'll see which ones I cut when you view this episode and the corresponding deck list. Thank you guys so much for hanging out in chat.
Thank you all. And all of your suggestions. Like
Yeah.
me and Oz here, some big old Timmy players, but you guys came out of the woodwork with some fucking heaters.
Some bangers, absolutely.
Yeah, and again, the Rogue's Passage is proxy friendly. I'm going to be printing this list on 120 pound cardstock because the price as listed is $744.
It's actually a lot.
Taking that guy's cradle out made a big difference.
That's a lot more affordable than I would have outright assumed.
Yeah, but like when you have a 3-year-old, you don't want to spend $750 on a deck just to put it on the channel. So
no, and I mean realistically, I own all of these cards basically, so they're in the family. They exist in paper in the family.
Well, what I was going to say is that I'm going to create PDF files ready to print for this deck. So if you so happen to want to just print this deck, just comment in the YouTube video down below here and let me know that you want me to send it to you. If you want to just like run it off a printer and try out this deck, all you got to buy is the sleeves, you know? And I guess we'll see you guys on the next episode of Live Brew Rogue's Passage Deck Tech Madness. Thank you for helping me fall in love with Gale even more than I already have.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Rogue's Passage. See you later. Bye.
Love y'all. Bye.
Hey, Dave, eat shit. Yes, we will see you in Red Deer, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta put that in the calendar. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Right on.